Guillermo del Toro is one of my all-time favorite directors. From Blade to Hellboy to movies like Mimic and Kronos. He just has a very distinct directing style that we don't see very much of these days. I do enjoy those movies, but I feel that when he's making a movie like Pan's Labyrinth, that's where he's really at home. And that's what Crimson Peak ended up being. An incredibly intense, gothic ghost story. It's about this girl named Edith who occasionally can see ghosts, and usually she's seeing it as some sort of warning device. They're trying to tell her something. She falls in love with this guy and ends up moving back home with him and his sister to this gigantic, dilapidated castle. And oh my god, did this movie get snubbed by the Oscars for production design? The house, castle, whatever, is amazing. This is what I think they were going for with the remake of The Haunting back in the 90s, but just on a much better scale, because there was some CGI here. I'm not going to say there wasn't, but it was used sparingly, and it wasn't the 100-mile-an-hour ghosts of The Haunting. This was a very creepy, get under your skin kind of feeling. I can't get over just how incredible the house looked. Just every single room was just overflowing with production value. The house is on top of this hill. It's a red clay hill, and they called it Crimson Peak. The guy, Thomas, who played by Tom Hiddleston, who was Loki in the Avengers movies, he's developing this excavation device to scoop the clay because he'll be able to make bricks out of it. But that's almost secondary to what's going on inside the house. Like I said, the house is just falling apart around them. There's a gigantic hole in the ceiling, so there's constantly water or snow or leaves or just something coming in. And underneath the floorboards, there's the clay coming up through. And so like the floor is just constantly leaking. The walls in the basement are leaking red, and it's just beautiful. That's the other thing. Guillermo del Toro has such an eye for color. And so the reds in this are so vibrant. And then there's parts where Edith is wearing this yellow dress, and it pops. It really pops. There's a lot of scenes like that where colors come out and it just catches your attention. The story was that slow burn ghost story that some people will like and some people won't like. If you like the Poltergeist remake, you would probably hate this because it was too slow. Me personally, I thought it was perfect. They set everything up with the characters, and you really got to know a good idea of what was going on, but not exactly, just enough of a hint so that when they moved out to the house and they started unveiling more and more of the story, all the pieces started to come together, and you got that much more involved in it. You just felt like you couldn't wait to find out what was happening next. This is an amazing movie that actually would benefit from multiple viewings simply because god damn it, is it a good looking movie. It's just nice to see something that is relying a lot more on creative use of color, camera angles, and very well constructed sets, as opposed to tons of CGI and color correction out the ass. Great cast, great story, great effects, great directing. This movie is absolutely going to be in my top 10 of the year. I love this movie.